The protection of lives and property is a major concern for all communities, but it would also be said that the human race does not entirely thrive on struggle for survival, but rather on cooperation and creativity.
Many say conflicts are situated at the subnational levels and are triggered by plethora of factors including ethnic, political, economic, and diversity of needs, amongst others.
Absolutely, Jumai. Since 2009, the Northeast has been the theater of violent campaigns of Boko Haram and insurgency over the years. The home of peace has known no peace. With fluid and unpredictable security situation, Borno is one of the states under siege by these extremists, until recently when succor started coming their way and many internally displaced persons returning to their bases and homes.
Yeah, well said, Victor. It may interest you to also note that a report by the United Nations Development Programme indicates that from the onset of the unrest till 2020, thousands of lives were lost.
However, by October 2023, the state government had some news, declaring that insecurity had generally reduced with an improvement of more than 85% in the last 1 year.
Indeed, and Borno State has been in the eye of the storm, and such development, as attested to by the government, was not unconnected with the cooperation of the Nigerian army. In fact, according to reports, none of the 27 local government areas are under the control of insurgents as it was before. Emerging news equally suggests resettlement of internally displaced persons are in place, with normalcy returning.
But the relative peace and tranquility has been shattered by last Saturday's attack in Goza local government area of Borno State. The State Police Command confirmed that a number of persons were killed, while several others sustained varying degrees of injuries, following the bomb explosions by 3 female attackers at a wedding, a funeral, and a motor park.
Indeed, Victor, and the State Police Command, as we hear, revealed that a woman carrying a baby reportedly detonated an improvised explosive device at a busy motor park in Mararaba Junction in Goza town.
Now, reactions have continued to trail the recent incidents, with many describing it as a cruel and heartless disregard for human lives. Indeed, some lives are hanging in the balance, and one wonders, will terrorism ever be defeated despite government's best efforts to mitigate the threat? Did security agencies become complacent? What really went wrong? I really hope we find answers in the course of the program.
Indeed.
Welcome to Good Morning Nigeria. I'm Victor Azu.
Indeed, Victor, you've raised some pertinent questions, and these questions are begging for answers. If you recall that Borno State government in 2019 reportedly recruited thousands of hunters with special skills to fight Boko Haram. I'm Jumma Yusuf. Welcome you to the first edition of Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA, and the first in the month of July. We thank God that we've seen the half part of the year already.
And this must feel like a nostalgic depression
yes.
for you.
For me, yes, because July is exactly the month Boko Haram started. The attack, began in Maiduguri in 2009. In the month of July, it was a rainy season. I remember it's something that you cannot take out of your mind. It's there, stuck there. And when I heard about the Goza attack too, it sort of brought back some bad memories. Panic attacks, and it's just, well, you're welcome to Good Morning Nigeria. We'll be discussing a lot of that with our guests in the studio. We also have our newspaper review, but let's take the highlights of the news with Olajide Bello. Hello, Olajide. It's a very beautiful morning to you. Happy New Month.
Hello, hello, Jemma. Happy New Month. Good morning, Nigeria. And here is the morning news. The United States condemns what it describes as horrific attacks that took place in Goza, Borno State. The U.S. mission in Nigeria, in a statement, says the reprehensible acts of violence shows a cruel and heartless disregard for human life. These aberrant attacks serve as a stark reminder of the ongoing threat posed by terrorism in the region. The U.S. diplomatic mission in Nigeria is committed to the partnership with Nigeria as it works to defeat terrorism and bring the perpetrators of these heinous acts to justice. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NTA) intercept 7.3 billion naira codeine consignment as two persons excrete 150 cocaine wraps in Lagos. 18 Nigerian professionals are departed for Syria alone as part of Nigeria's commitment in assisting African countries in need of expertise in critical areas of their development. Director General of the Nigerian Technical Aid Corps, Yusuf Buba Yakub, who briefed the volunteers in Abuja, said the scheme is an effective soft power diplomacy of the Nigerian government.
The developed countries like the US, you have the US aid, the UK aid, the China aid, and here we have the Nigerian technical aid. This is one very important instrument that every strong country among the Committee of Nations do implement as part of its foreign policy objectives.
We're going to do all we can to make sure we keep to the rules and the regulations of that country, the host country, and make our country, Nigeria, proud, because as ambassadors, we are representing Nigeria.
Nasarawa State Government says its 10,000 hectares rice farm is capable of producing sufficient rice to feed the state and ensure food security in the country. Governor Abdullahi Sule was confident of these when he inspected the farm located in Jangwa Awe local government area. The project is said to be in line with the presidential directive to address high cost of food items and ensure food security in the country.
From what you can see and what I have seen myself, we have finished all the planting of this initial area and we are now going to start clearing a new area. And then the good news is in the next couple of months we should be talking about harvesting because of the type of variety that has been planted of rice here.
The Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, use high rate of accidents and carnage on the roads across the country. This time, the proactive maintenance work is along Akwanga and Dahar Kaduna Road in Nasarawa State.
In as much as funds are available for us to work, we'll make sure that we get value for money. This maintenance activity, as it is, it will enhance safety, reduce travel time.
And sharing news for the 2025 Nigerian intending pilgrims, as the Saudi authority is set to spend 300 billion naira for the upgrade of the Nigerian tents at the holy site of Munnar. Chairman of the company responsible for providing services to the Nigerian pilgrims at the holy sites, Dr. Ahmed Sindi, made this known while playing host to the Nakon and state Hajj officials and other tour operators in Jeddah.
We have set aside the money. We are in active discussion. This evening we will be going and meeting with one of the vendors to discuss the exact details.
Truthfully, there's tremendous progress. Truthfully, there are some observations which you admitted. And I think together as partners, we should be looking at the positives and see how we can improve on them and excel even beyond what we imagine we can do.
And that's the news for now. Good morning, Nigeria. Continue shortly with Jumai and Victor after the break. Don't go away.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.